Scotland has just become the first country in the world to make tampons and pads free to anyone who needs them. Yeah, that's amazing. Period products will now be given away in pharmacies and other public buildings. Not to mention, there are sheep everywhere in Scotland, and those are pretty much just walking tampons, so this is working out. Meanwhile, America will continue its policy, which is that women are welcome to steal all the extra napkins at Starbucks that they need. Moving on to some other international news, Australia has learned that its former prime minister had secretly appointed himself to 5 other government positions without telling anyone. This is such a strange story. Yeah, because this is one of those scandals that's like, is this a scandal? No, because I'm outraged, but I'm also kind of impressed. A politician chose to do extra work and not tell anyone? How dare you? And also, I'm voting for you again. But for real, though, that's not how government works, right? You can't just give yourself a job. You have to earn it by having your dad give you the job. Come on. There's politics here. In sports news, the NBA has announced that for the first time ever, they will not be playing any games on Election Day and instead will encourage their fans to go and vote. Yeah, I think that's really good. I will say, though, not to sound cynical, but if the Timberwolves game is what was keeping you from voting, maybe, yeah. I think since there's no games on that night, the ESPN commentators, they should cover voting like they cover the NBA. You know, just make it super interesting. Just be like, Jeremy Wilkins coming up to the voting booth now. It's his first season voting. He's really, oh no, he called it outside the bubble. That's not gonna scan. The refs are not gonna like it at all. Let's see the replay on that one, John. So this is big, the NBA, and they've told all the teams, they've said, hey, all the teams in the NBA, you will not be playing basketball on Election Day. And the Knicks were like, oh, no problem, we don't play basketball every day. That's just what we do. Oh, here's some weird celebrity news. Snoop Dogg is launching a breakfast cereal for kids called Snoop Loops. Yeah, and you know the cereal is gonna be delicious. Yeah, because no one knows good cereal like someone who's permanently high. No one. Also, it's about time we got a chill cereal mascot, you know? I like this. Every cereal mascot is high energy, you know, like coked out. Now we have one who does not give a damn whether or not we eat his cereal. You know, just like, try it today or don't. I get paid either way, bitch. By the way, do you ever think about how Snoop has had one of the most amazing careers of all time? Like, this is fantastic, but you have to admit, he's really screwed over all the people who started loving him for his rap. You know, I'm glad he's had such a broad career, but you realize there are now parents who are telling their kids, they're like, my favorite gangster rapper is Snoop Dogg. And their kids are like, the cereal guy? Martha Stewart's friend? I thought you were cool, Dad. Anyway, let's move on to the big story of the day. And it's about climate change. The reason why hot in here is now considered a scientific study. Yes, all over the world, governments are steadily taking action to reduce their carbon emissions. In fact, just today, President Biden signed the biggest climate change law in American history. Yeah. It does everything. It subsidizes electric cars, it funds wind and solar energy, and it changes the name of summer to extra spring. Hopefully, Mother Nature falls for that one. And the reason leaders worldwide have taken these steps is because every day we're seeing what the world could look like if climate change gets out of hand. I mean, just look at what's happening in Vegas. You know Las Vegas, yeah? The city surrounded by deserts that are filled with buried mobsters, that place? Well, some of those bodies, oh, they're about to come floating back to life.
Las Vegas is getting pounded with historic flooding in the wettest monsoon season they've seen in a decade.
It's hard to tell this is the famous Las Vegas Strip, but that's Caesar's Palace right there, and that is the Mirage. It's raining inside Planet Hollywood, pouring through the casino light fixtures. Also right underneath the high roller Ferris wheel.
The Las Vegas Strip has been swept by flash flooding.
This rain coming down so fast, so heavy. This is video from Las Vegas in a parking garage.
It's a downpour right onto the gambling tables.
You can see that car struggling to get through the water on a street.
Yes, that is a man floating down the Vegas Strip because of the flash flood waters.
That guy's a legend. He's just like, yeah. But you see that? Las Vegas, of all places, is getting flooded. And you know who I blame for this? All the bachelor parties going to those strip clubs being like, make it rain! Look at what you did! I hope you're happy it rained. It rained too much. And if there's one thing we can all agree on, people, it's that we don't want casinos to flood. Right? Because can you imagine how hard it's going to be to evacuate those gamblers? Ah! The water level is rising, guys! We're going to be drowned any minute! Which is just enough time for a couple more rolls. Come on, baby! Come on! Daddy could use some arm floaties. Come on! So yes, Las Vegas has been wetter than a butt crack at SoulCycle. But it's not just Vegas. We've seen historic floods recently in St. Louis, in Yellowstone, in Kentucky. And this is the thing to remember about climate change. It's not just going to make everything a little bit hotter, right? It's going to make all weather more extreme. The hot will get hotter, the wet will get wetter, the wind will get winder, the wet will like swap places with the dry, yeah, and then you're gonna think that you're talking to hot, but then the hot will pull off its mask and it'll be like, ha, I'm cold, and you'll be like, ah, but we slept together. It's basically science. And you're wondering, you're like, it's a bit of flooding, is it that bad? Well, over in California, things could get even worse than you think.
Now to the new warning on climate change. Experts say it's only a matter of time before a mega flood hits California, displacing millions of people.
A new study shows that climate change is increasing the likelihood of a cataclysmic flood hitting in the next 50 years. The flood could turn California's lowlands into an inland sea, putting parts of cities such as Sacramento, Fresno, and Los Angeles underwater.
It happened in Sacramento in 1861. This is incredible, and I really didn't know much about this. Only 500,000 people lived in the Central Valley. Today it's 37 million. 30 feet of water in all of Central Valley for weeks. It rained for 43 days, the equivalent of $1 trillion in today's damage. They say the next one would probably be like a Katrina times 5.
Oh my God, Katrina times 5. That's like 336. You carry the K, then the point is it's bad. And we can't lose Los Angeles. And that's where America keeps all of its hot people, you know? Also, no offense, but if I'm caught in a mega flood, the last place and the last people I want to be around is a bunch of LA actors. Can you imagine them just gonna be like, the flood is wiping away Los Angeles! Okay, I'm gonna try it again, but a little more introspective. The flood is wiping away Los Angeles, and I never knew my father. Blah, blah, blah. Now, if you're thinking, who cares if America's underwater? I'll just escape to Europe. Well, be my guest, because you're gonna miss the wet when you get there.
In the midst of a historic drought, Europe's rivers are running dry. In Germany, the Rhine has dropped so low, some cargo ships can no longer use it, with devastating effects for Germany's economy. In France, some parts of the Loire can now be crossed on foot. And in the Czech Republic, low water levels have revealed so-called hunger stones, rocks carved centuries ago to give future generations a warning of impending famine. One such stone carried a chilling message from the early 1600s. If you can see me, weep.
Yeah, you hear that? Right now, Europe's drought is so bad that you can walk across some rivers, which isn't just bad for the economy and the environment, it also puts people like Moses out of a job. Yeah, so be like, and now I will part the waters that ye may cry. Yeah, whatever, man, climate change did this for us. Get out of the way. I also don't know about you, but that hunger stone freaked me out. If you see me weep, that's dramatic. I didn't even know they had emo in the 1600s. At the same time, though, you've got to wonder about the person who decided to make these stones. No, because think about it. The whole population was starving, right? You've got one guy's like, I'll venture out to find more food. Another guy's like, I will ration our current stores. And there's one dude who's like, give me a hammer and a chisel. I'm gonna write a warning to people 500 years from now. Yeah, this is gonna be a good one. When the water goes down, they're gonna freak out. Hold on. And by the way, not all of those hunger stones are that poetic. Yeah, that one's really like cryptic. It has a vibe. Some of those hunger stones, they just tell you direct. Oh, shit, you guys are screwed. You see my face, that means you gonna die. Okay, yo, affairs in order, everybody. You gonna die, and you gonna die, and you gonna die. Oh, you already look dead, brother. You already dead. By the way, if somebody sees Stonehenge, you tell him he ain't shit. That dude owes me $20, bullshit ass Stone. Ha ha, y'all dead. All right, that's it for the headlines. But before we go to a break, it is time to check in on the weather forecast with our very own Desi Lydic, everybody. Desi, scary times. So, what's the weather looking like?
Ooh, Trevor, I do not have time to do the weather today. My plate is full. I got like a million other things to do.
I'm sorry, what? Wait, why are you so busy?
Well, look, I really admired what that Australian Prime Minister did, so I decided to give myself several other jobs here at the show.
Okay, but Desi, you don't even do the one job I ask you to do, which is the weather.
Oh, thanks. No, but I can assure you that all of these other jobs are extremely important. Like, I'm the new unlicensed therapist, I'm the screen time monitor, I'm the dry cleaner. By the way, how's that suit feeling? I made it extra dry.
Is that what that smell is?
Wait, are you on your mark?
What?
Here, look at me. Okay, look in camera. Look. All right, this shot is all wrong. As the camera supervisor, I have a very high standard, so I'm gonna have to fix this. Here, I got this. I got this. I got it.
What are you doing?
All right. That's good.
Desi, what are you doing?
There we go.
Desi.
Okay, no, this is good. Trevor, can you just pop up into the shot?
No, I'm not. That's not where I'm down.
Yeah, no, just pop up into
no,
frame.
I can't. What do you mean? What do you mean pop up? I can't. If I pop up,
no, this is what. Okay,
you must come down. You have to. I'm there.
Let me
That's
come down to you. I got it.
There. No. Desi, no.
Sorry, I lost you, Trevor.
Yeah, I could see that. Just this was fine before you.
Okay. There you go.
Yeah.
Can you just like crunch down?
Okay. No, don't go lower.
Yeah, that's good.
I can't go lower than this.
It's a little further.
Just no, Desi, come. Just
Trevor,
come on.
Can you just find the frame? I can't do your job too.
No, you don't have to find my job. Desi, just can you leave it? The camera. You know what? The camera person was doing a great job, and then now. Desi.
That's the shot. There it is. That's good.
Desi, enough. Desi.
Yeah. But Trevor, no. Come on. You didn't even let me tell you about my favorite job.
What you? Okay. What's
I got a whole other job that I didn't even get to tell you about.
What is that?
Well, I was also inspired by Scotland, so I appointed myself as the show's czar of menstrual hygiene.
What does that even mean?
It means free tampons for everyone. Everyone in the audience gets free tampons. Oh yeah! Free tampons.
You just hit people in the face with tampons.
Don't worry, guys. These are gently used. They're gently used, like new, almost like new.
What? Did you say gently used?
Yeah. Don't worry about it.
You can't just launch tampon. You know what, Desi? You can't.
Also, I'm Trevor Noah now, so can you just
No, you can't be. No,
Yeah,
no,
this is good.
no,